number one on costume, this is how I feel. You ready? Over the years, I've had a lot of great mentors, great, people who I can look up to. Harrison Ford, Tom Hiddleston. I've seen him do it on Loki set. You never know who's really a badass until something happens.
This little 4-foot nothing-ass spider monkey ninja got hopped.
Obviously, this is your first time in a leading role on a film, and you've been involved in films from a very young age. But how different is it when you're number one on the call sheet? How different does that make the experience?
Well, being number one on call sheet, this is how I feel. You ready? It feels amazing, honestly. It feels amazing. But as an actor, what you do is the same, whether you are number one on the call sheet or number 5 on the call sheet. It's all, the entire movie is a collaborative process. But what's more important is that being the number one, you really kind of set the tone on a movie set. So, there's that great line, with great power comes with great responsibility. And being that, I wanted to make sure that everybody feels loved, feel like they're important, and everything that they're contributing is just as important as my contribution. Because I remember working behind the camera, being in different positions, and sometimes I don't always feel like that. So this time around, when I get to do this, I wanted to do that. And over the years, I've had a lot of great mentors, great, people who I can look up to. Harrison Ford, Tom Hiddleston. I've seen him do it on Loki set, where he really rallies everybody up to do the best work that they can.
Yeah, definitely. I read that when you were first sent the script for the film, you kind of joked, "Oh, you should get Jason Statham for this," because that's the kind of the actor you'd expect maybe in this kind of role in the past. But what was it that convinced you that you were the right kind of actor for, and maybe a slightly different type of action hero for this?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that I was conditioned to think an action star needs to look a certain way until I read the script. And that's why I think, wow, it's a great script, but I'm not right for it. I don't see myself in this. I always thought, every time you go watch an action movie, it always have a certain look, But this time, I was intrigued with the idea that, they wanted, one, to change the status quo, and second, they wanted an action hero that doesn't look threatening until the situation calls for it. And then you realize how badass he is. And also someone who isn't afraid to show his feelings. Now, that was something that I was very intrigued about. Because, in reality, you never know who's really a badass until something happens. So it's a bit more realistic to me. And right then, I was so excited to play Marvin Gable and to be in this movie.
Yeah, and your director, Jonathan, is obviously very experienced when it comes to stunts and action choreography.
Veteran, yes.
How closely did you work with him, and what was your highlights of working with him on some of those bigger action scenes?
It was really easy working with Jojo Eusebio and our incredible action team, because we all grew up watching the same movies, which is the incredible 80s action movies that were coming out of Hong Kong, from Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, and Yuan Bell, and right away we knew we wanted to pay homage to that, and we all spoke the same language. We didn't have to say much, and also me having the action choreography background, we were able to really get creative with these fight sequences. And it was challenging, but also it was a lot of fun. Challenging because I wanted to do everything myself. I wanted to do the fights myself. I didn't want a stunt double. I did have a stunt double, but for those, me flying across the room. But in terms of punches and kicks, I did all that. And it was just something that we strive for.